good evening, good morning, good night, you lovelies. It is the one, the only Cappy D Barra, and we are here to discuss some wrestling. I hope all of you having a great one. Have you catch this whenever you catch this now. Being that Raw was the drizzling shits, all right, and I just know good conscience could review that. NXT was very lackluster. I couldn't in any good conscience review that. And between me, you, and the upload bar, I'm simply just a little behind on my Dynamite review. So you can consider this another installment of our weekly wrestling report. What can I say? A happy little accident it is, huh? Happy little accident. Let's kick off the beginning of the week with Raw. Fuck are they doing over there? What is the point of Raw, honestly? So what I have gathered from Raw is that they're reruns. They're like looking at Seinfeld. Like, if you ever watched How I Met Your Mother, that's what these shows are. You don't have to watch them. I think you'd be better off, honestly, only watching the pay-per-views, because I don't think they take any actual chances with the pay-per-views. I mean, think about this. The likelihood of you going out, all right, in your, let's say in your most local Applebee's, right, and you see someone who's like an actual fan of Cody Rhodes versus someone who's like, like somebody who like hate watches, like their, least favorite sports team, right? Those are the exact same level of sports fanatic. Two completely different levels of engagement. And if you're not tracking what I'm saying here, the WWE doesn't have a real reliable fan base. Like, it's not like you might see a Cena fan out there. Cena exists outside of the wrestling world. He exists outside of the sports media. So you can't really just pigeonhole Fed or fucking New Japan Pro fans, like people who enjoy wrestling, to just, being immediate Cena fans, right? But you can always kind of pin somebody who always has, good things to say about either the Knicks or the Celtics or maybe even like the Cavs, just shit on the Lakers, right? And hate watch the Lakers and give that organization a couple of bucks. It really does seem like the level of engagement that we're supposed to be getting from some of these, the back and forth that we're supposed to be getting from, I guess you could say product and consumer. It's not really there. It's not there. Like, it's just faction slop. It's Vision of Judgment Day to Bloodline to Judgment Day. And honestly, I made these criticisms like 6, 7 months ago. I mean, like, this has been a very, very old problem with Raw, and that's why I say I do feel like at some nights, SmackDown does lap, the red brand. We can talk about SmackDown later, be another video. Hey, what can I say? Your boy's always working, always up to something. But Raw was just not interesting. It's not, like, there's nothing to talk. I wish I was fucking joking, bro. Raquel Rodriguez goes out there with Soruka, and she has had the exact same match that she has had with almost every single secondary champion since last year. Roxanne Perez, nada. Jordynne Grace, get a cool little main event match, maybe a nice little match on SmackDown after, the internet bangs our fucking doors down for it, but nothing organic, nothing natural. This interim championship, it's embarrassment. It's a fucking embarrassment, bro. Charlotte Flair, Jade right there. Hey, honestly, if you wanted to, Charlotte and Chelsea Green. Chelsea Green is a great comedic worker. She can make a gimmick work. She can make a story work. Why are they getting put in this 5-woman ladder match all to save Rhea's ego? Because Rhea doesn't want to get stripped of that belt with her fucking torn as shit knee. It's ridiculous. It's crazy. It's fucking crazy. I'm just not a fan of it. The only thing that they could do to save this, no joke, is if Rhea was to come in last minute and insert herself as, and I know this might seem a little silly, but no longer be an interim. It would be for the strap, and I don't know. But even in that, it's like Jade's in this match. Charlotte's in this match. Those are very good 1v1s for Rhea. So I don't know, man. It's all a fucking mess. Rusev and Ethan Page. Yes, Rusev and Ethan Page versus Dragon Lee and Javon Evans. Javon Evans loses again. They love humbling niggas, man. If you are a nigga with natural emotion and natural charisma, they really want to humble you on this show. I don't know why. I don't know what's up with that, but it's what it is, I guess. I guess it is what it is. I will not be talking about the Judgment Day. Are there $1,000 or whatever the fuck it's? Oh god, story sucks. Like, it fucking sucks, bro. He already took over Saturday night's main event, and now he has made Monday. It's crazy, right? Because I said Saturday night's main event, coming off the backside of SmackDown, was one of the worst 2 nights. Was one of the worst 2 nights WWE has ever put on. Ever, right? And now this Raw popped up, and it's like, man, you niggas really just went 0 for 3 Monday through Friday. How did you do that? How? How did you do that? Because this week's SmackDown, oh buddy, we're gonna get to it. It's a lot of lackluster shit coming out of that creative locker room, and I guess that's why, you know, the topic of Unreal has been so fucking popular. So Unreal is essentially a reality TV show about a reality TV show, and you know, the entire point of the reality TV show about the reality TV show is to make you believe that these guys are, you know, real hard-nosed vets, you know.
This hard-nosed vet. You are a hard-nosed vet.
Who know the industry inside and out, right? And then these niggas make brilliant, really just star-shining choices, such as Braun Breaker taking a backseat to Austin Theory for who? For what? Jason Uso, Yeet Master 5000, the Drunken Buddha Fist. That's who should win the Royal Rumble, not Braun. Braun? Fuck no. No, you're stupid. No, you're fucking stupid. Let's have the part-timer go out there. Let's have Roman Reigns go out there. Yeah, the guy who barely shows up to work. Let's have the guy who gets outworked by Becky Lynch, Lara Valkyria, and Brie Bella. Roman Reigns is getting outworked just on a pace of just on from the amount of matches worked. All right, Roman Reigns is getting outlapped by niggas like Sol Ruka, Bailey. Like, I don't know if you're really tracking what I'm saying here. That's who we give our championship to. Not Braun. Trick Williams? No. We're gonna keep tricking the mid card, and then we're just gonna make the mid card a fucking mess. The mid card's horrible. Like, honestly, truth be told, I think that the only the actual worthwhile build that we're getting at SummerSlam is probably Cody and Punk, and like. Oh man, we gotta get to that Cody and Punk segment, man. It is just really, it's trying, man. Like, they really do try to pull everything that they can out of that story, and there's nothing there because they did this all. People are saying this is the first time that they've wrestled, like in like 10 years. You're wrong. You're wrong. That's not true. Maybe like the only 1v1, I guess, but they've wrestled before. Cody literally pinned Punk after he said, "I didn't come back just to lose to Dusty's kid." That happened. So I don't know. They're rehashing a lot of things, and match was decent the first time. I just don't know what we're doing here. It doesn't make a lot of sense. I'm all over the place. I apologize, chat. Raw was horrible. Raw was fucking horrible. And honestly, you're doing yourself a favor by not watching it. Unreal is a bunch of it's a bunch of smooth brain, knuckle dragging morons, okay, trying to make the best out of their shit slop. There's a lot of horrible shit on there. Liv Morgan, by the way, the kind of week she's having for a PR run, wow, legendary PR run from Liv Morgan. Let's see if she can convert my opinion on that. Liv Morgan, basically, she cut her match 7 minutes short to give the main event guys a little bit more time for their main event, and she's literally like teary-eyed, like sinuses clogged, like, did we do a good job out there? I wanted to make sure everyone else got time to wrestle. And then, like, you know, people are clowning her, but I do think that there's like a very like sincere place, like when you are traveling with as many talents as Liv is traveling with, the kind of connection you build with people over like 2 to 3 year long periods, like, you know, you don't want to fuck over the next guy or the next gal, hypothetically. But, you know, the idea that women's wrestling, even, you know, and again, we could touch on the dub, you know, we're going to get to that Dynamite for this week when we can in this episode. But like what we get from women's wrestling, it isn't all that, you know, it's not like, you know, it's getting put on this massive pedestal that honestly is proven that it should be put on. So I think Liv Morgan kind of getting relegated to this, hey man, just play the back seat until Stephanie comes back. It is fucked up. It is. And again, I'm not the biggest fan of Liv Morgan. I think all of you know that. But her having to relegate herself, same thing with like Maxine Dupree in the Vision, right? Like the idea that they have to relegate themselves to like, oh man, I got my short shorts on today, guys. Do you have a good, interesting match or a good, interesting story, or like a teeth gripping feud? No. A teeth gritting? Or like a teeth gritting feud that really progresses your career? No. I have short shorts on though. Short shorts? I'm dressed like I'm still in high school. Is that? And unfortunately, that does it for a lot of the IWC. So, yeah, Liv Morgan's episode, or that little portion she had on this Unreal episode, not great. wasn't great. I'd love to hear these niggas discuss going to Saudi Arabia in the midst of their big homie, in the midst of their big bro, Mr. Orange Man, starting shit with Iran. I'd love to see how they decode those Saudi Arabian negotiations. That's probably gonna be real funny. Yeah, but this is just, it's corporate. This is corporate slop. Not surprised corporate fillers on the corporate show. You know, Fork Fountain Kitchen. When discussing the John Cena heel run, they don't really talk about Punk. They don't really delve into the my apologies, Punk. They don't really delve into The Rock. You know, they don't delve into the actual important stuff that led to the changes, right? The all of a sudden switch up on a random SmackDown. You know, they said that, hey guys, just not working, which is like, it's as honest as you're going to get from John. But I do think that and I'm a headcanon, this is fine. There should have been a level of, I'm John Cena. I'm one of the biggest things this company has right now. Hypothetically, if I was to look in the future, I will probably be the biggest thing in this company for at least a year or two, minimum. SummerSlam tickets prove that he was right if he was to guess that hypothetical. So I'd like to believe that John Cena had a little bit more wind in his sails when he was demanding shit get put correctly, because it was horrible. It was fucking awful, like simply awful shit. And I think even to the extent of, right, like this isn't where we are in the business anymore, but Cena going, hey man, I want to work 200 days straight. I've cleaned out my schedule. I told Hollywood to fuck off, talk to the hand. I'm all about this sport that birthed all this success, right? 200 days, 200 plus indie shows, fucking carpet signings, Make-A-Wish found, like whatever you can give me, I'm ready for it. And this nigga Triple Reich, Triple Kirk, fucking triple bald fuck is gonna tell him, nah man, we just need you for a good 32 days. Sick. Like it's sick. How do you build some of these matches when you're just taking weeks off at a time? You can't. You cannot do that. Rey Mysterio's offspring, arguably one of the biggest quote-unquote rivals of John Cena. You know, again, all that kayfabe shit with Vince McMahon was very different than what it is right now. So, you know, kind of just, you know, taking it with a grain of salt. Rey Mysterio was one of John Cena's probably bigger, you know, bigger blow-offs, right? Like bigger matches. His offsprings match with you. One of your last matches of the year involve Rock's Pops intervention, a Raquel Rodriguez intervention. Come on, dog. Like, who's writing this? But like, and then a year later, Dominic Mysterio was doing what? Danhausen, SummerSlam, one of your big four one of your big four pay-per-views. That's what Dominic's doing. Offspring of Rey Mysterio, the hottest thing coming out of WrestleMania last year. If it's not questionable, it's fucking idiotic. If it's not questionable, it's simply just fucking stupid. It's stupid. This is dumb. All right, whatever. We can talk about Dynamite for July 22nd, 2026. This was simple Dynamite. That doesn't mean it was great, doesn't mean it was horrible. It was simple, and it followed the algorithm that I think Tony has been using for a very long time. It works, the crowd was hot, good matches. There was some actually like very solid segments and some really good promos that we will be getting to, but I do feel this very small tug and pull of I guess I can say the old style of wrestling, and I guess I can get into that a little bit more, but I can say it's solid. Like if I had to hey, gun to my head, the world civilization is on the line if I don't answer this question. The aliens have the fucking atomizer 6000 pointed right at Israel. I might not answer the question. No. I honestly 6 out of 10 Dynamite, but it could have been a lot better. We begin this Dynamite, all right, for July 22nd, 2026 with Darby Allin, the man who refuses to fall, and the kinetic one himself, Kevin Jet Knight. Kevin Knight is trying to do this whole 2 belts thing. He made like a whole thing. The live show I went to, 2 belts, two belts. I want 2 of them things. In my mind, it kind of irritates me because I'm like, Tony, man, you got other niggas back there you could belt up, man. Like I'm sorry. And understandably, of course, this is just a bit of a cornerstone before our all-in Wembley, Kenny Omega and Will Ospreay match. Like I get he needs a little something to kind of not make it seem like they only gave him that belt just for Ospreay, because the likelihood of Ospreay winning at All In, kind of likely, neither here nor there though. It's kind of everywhere. It's actually a really big point of contention against AEW booking right now. I guess we touched on this briefly. Ospreay, along with Kenny and Hangman, like it or not, they are part of that top babyface brass. So, along with like Hangman coming back and saying that somehow, some way, I will get back into the world title picture. There are just certain pieces of these stories that have some kind of definitive end, and with Ospreay in Wembley Stadium, it's either he loses and he fully goes, he makes that heel switch. I don't know if they have the chops, if they have the cojones to do that with Ospreay, but they might, or again, again, something very possible, not outside the realm of possibility. Omega and Ospreay just might have a bit of a best of 3. Well, of course, this is going to be about their 3rd bout, but my point still stands. Like, they continue this rivalry until Kenny picks up the belt. Maybe Ospreay, has a change of heart. He reverts away from either, the face side or the heel side. There's definitely something on the way with that specific story, but I guess I'm really just trying to say all of this to say that there are pieces of that locker room that, should get a little bit, of playing time, and an opportunity for that TNT belt. Does seem like a very lucrative spot on these cards. Kevin Knight, after he defeats Darby Allin, he cuts a pretty good promo saying that this is the 10th defense for the TNT belt, meaning that he has officially had the most defenses for the TNT belts. Kind of cool, kind of okay in that regard. This win obviously blows up Kevin Knight's ego. Talks about being a 2-belt champion, and him and Kyle Fletcher have a bit of a shoving match. Now, all of the Don Callis family is out here for this, and nobody stops the shoving match. I'm like, okay, all right. Right? Doesn't seem like anyone's too interested in kind of, prolonging this obvious rivalry that's bubbling up. And immediately after this match with Kevin Knight and Darby, we get Bro Dino, Guns Up, Fuck Ice versus Proto Kada. Now, this is actually a very good match. I like this match a lot. I think one of my biggest pluses from Bandino is, as I've stated before, his style just fits with anybody. Like, I think you could drop Bandino in the middle of New Japan Pro Wrestling and he'd be the IWGP champion. Like, those are the links I think Bandino can very much reach. Kyle Fletcher as your international champion, I mean, he's doing everything he can with that belt. Looks great on him. There are setting up a very soft rivalry between Proto Kada and I guess Kyle Fletcher and Kazuchika Okada. So very enjoyable aspects of this this match. My only gripe that I guess we can kind of get into right now, as I stated, being that the eventual feud between Fletcher and Okada is loading, leading to Rainmaker inadvertently hit on Kyle Fletcher. Bandino, Brody King hit that Uno Dos Tres and picked up the dub. Again, saying all this to say, there is the spot that I just mentioned where a tag team member hits one tag team member, and it happens a good, I can't troll, Chad, I can't troll, maybe 3 times tonight. It happens 3 times tonight. It happens with Julia Hart, Sky Blue. Then it also happens with Proto Kada, and it happens later in the night with Kenny Omega and John Moxley. And I'm just like, not a big fan of that. I'm not a big fan of that at all. I don't know what led them to do that, but it was questionable, if anything. It was fucking questionable. It's just about as questionable as these Danhausen bookings. And I know, hey, I hate to be that guy who, tries to, tries to critique the ketchup, by dipping into the mustard. I understand that's a little bit of hypocrisy, but it seems just a little nonsensical that they, book the exact same spot on the exact same card. It's weird. I don't know why they did that. Whatever, though. I digress. We get a Willow Nightingale and Thekla promo. Willow looks fucking amazing. Hey, all of the women on this show just look wonderful. +2 stars. They look great. Hey, Sky Blue blades. All right. You know what? Immediate +3 stars. Thekla and Willow have a great promo out here. Thekla says that, she basically thinks Willow is using this facade, to garner all of this love and support and all this rainbow and sunshiny bullshit, to make up for the poison that's in her heart. And Tekla's going to beat that toxicness out of Willow. Willow says that, throughout ups and downs, throughout all the trials and tribulations that life throws at her, just like the wonderful 32th man next to them, Mick Foley, all right, she will keep smiling and keep persevering throughout life. Very simple, honestly. Like, again, there's a very black hat, white hat kind of situation with these two. I'm pleased. If I could be honest with all of you, the possibility of Willow picking up that belt and going into Wembley with against that match with Mercedes, that may rival Bianca and Mercedes. I'll be honest with you. I think a lot of you remember that Bianca and Sasha Banks match where the crowd gave him a standing ovation for 40 straight seconds. We might get that if Willow picks up this belt. Because I'm telling you right now, Willow is white hot. White hot. And the possibility of Thekla's wanting a little time off, again, it's plausible, right? She has been holding up this women's division, same with Toni Storm, for a very, very long time. I think Willow Nightingale versus a bit of a tweener Toni Storm, whenever she's set to return, that's going to be a positive for this women's division. So there's a lot of good things. And again, Willow Nightingale and Thekla have a bit of a blow off, bit of a dust up before just kind of having a bit of a stare down. And that's how they end that. I don't think anyone could disagree that another women's match on this card wouldn't have hurt anybody, but it's probably realistic that we got a standby match if we're in the arena Tomato, tomato, I guess. More women's wrestling. That's not a question. That's a fucking demand. Okay, I don't know if I mentioned it. Not a drop of women's wrestling on last week's Raw. This week's Raw, if you want to be technical. Fucking atrocious. Atrocious shit from them niggas. Honestly, Tony, you are to do better. No questions asked. All right, it's not stardom, my nigga, but we got to get some grabs out here, just a little bit. All right, women's match is not enough. Women's match is not enough whatsoever. Next match on the card. All right, that I liked a lot. Pretty fun, pretty nice. Wasn't my favorite match. It was pretty fucking good though. Jay White versus Clark Connors. This match resulted in a brand new finisher debut from the Switchblade, King Switch and Jay White. And it's essentially it's like an over-under chokehold. That's the best way I can put it. It's like half Gator roll, half British, like half bulldog choke. If that makes any sense. Half British bulldog, half Gator roll, and Jay White basically applies all the pressure with like kind of corking his neck up off of the mat. It's an interesting submission. I don't know why he's not doing the kind of Sister Abigail-esque thing. Don't know. I don't fucking know, but he doesn't. It's a very good match though. Jay White looks amazing out there after like 14 months of remission. So not remission, Lord, that sounds Ostfall, that sounds terrible. But his healing process, right? He looks great, right? And Clark Connors, he goes out there, he does his 1-2. Clark Connors, unfortunately, if you want to put them side by side, is definitely the weaker, of his David Finlay and counterpart, weaker of the two when it comes to David Finlay. My apologies, because David Finlay, he goes out there and he really like lays it into Jay White, like really lays it into him. I think maybe you could argue that Clark Connors just isn't at that level of comfortability that he is at, with some of those tag teams back there, like the Young Bucks, like the Bang Bang Gang. Bang Bang Gang have a very big part to play in the post match of this. Again, Jay White picks up the victory off this new submission. David Finlay comes down, starts shillaying the nigga down, just real good old fashioned Irish beating. Bang Bang Gang comes in, stops it. It's good. It's very good. But again, I asked myself, are we going to the trios division? Are we now going for tag championships? Because we got the Guns, we got Juice Robinson, Jay White, if he's going to be kind of the coordinator of all these guys. Austin Ace is right there. He seems to fit very comfortably in the Bang Bang Gang. It just seems like there's a lot of directions that we could be going with all of these members, including the Dogs, right? And Chad Gable, whenever he wants to officially take the Western audience like fully serious, he is slotted for at least a mid-card belt. Minimum. That probably sounds fucking insane, but you can't say a national championship with Chad Gable running the international circuit just doesn't work. Like, that just works on paper. But again, I digress. It's a very, very good match. Clark Connors looks amazing. I'm looking forward to this David Finlay and Jay White match though, because again, David Finlay, he just looks great. Son of royalty, like literally wrestling royalty. So is what it is, chat. Is what it is. As I mentioned, the Extreme Rules match between the Divine Dominion and the Sisters of Sin, very, very good match. And lastly, that again, I think will be hard to ignore is our tag team trios match between Omega, Moxley, and Ospreay versus Hechicero, Jack something, and Mark Davis, I believe. Is it Jack something? Sorry, chat. Jack something and Mark Davis, I believe. Now, understandably, it's not exactly, the dream team we got out here going up against the Ace, the Cleaner, and the Aerial Assassin, but it's a very good match. My only very small gripe is I don't like the idea of Jack something just like working over somebody like Kenny. I don't know. Something inside me is like Kenny is too much of a godlike being in wrestling to get phased by Jack something. But again, he obviously has like a good 50 to 60 pounds on Kenny height difference. So, simple things you kind of have to just take out, like my agenda. I guess I'm being a bit of a jabron. All right. A bit of a jabron. All right. Excuse me. But again, very, very good match. There's a small tension flaring between not only Moxley and Omega, but low key Ospreay and Mox, right? Moments where it kind of seems like Ospreay is kind of going down that lighter path, if you would. And you could argue that Moxley has been like a kind of heel, but there have been certain promos that he has given since that I believe that Continental Classic. Yeah, since he won that Continental Championship. That's not a heel, brother. It's not bringing the best out of the people's champion and then building him up as this mythical figure that can one day hold the reins of this entire industry. That's not a heel, bro. Like, listen, Tony can do whatever the fuck he wants with the creative, but the simple fact of the matter is Moxley is a face. So when he's kind of barking at Omega, when Omega is kind of barking at Ospreay, when the Young Bucks eventually come down for the post game, like there are aspects of this where I'm just like, are we doing too much? Are we doing too much? Are we building too much towards, in all respect for everybody on that redemption card, but we are waiting for All In. We are waiting for Wembley. So is this a bit too bloated? Is this a bit too boisterous, if you would? I mean, the Don Callis family come out, and I think, oh God, I'm fucking terrible. The Grizzled Veterans come out. They almost eat a V-trigger right after, you know, the Young Bucks, Moxley, and Ospreay spill out into the outside area. And then Kevin Knight comes flying out of nowhere to pose with the 2 belts to end this Dynamite. And I'm like, I'm not opposed to this. I swear to God, I'm not. My only kind of actual gripe is Kevin Knight. It seems like him and Darby is kind of a bit of a layup. Would it be rematch number 3? Yeah. Is that Tony's fault on its face? Yes. Unfortunately, that just makes the most sense right now. And obviously it wouldn't be like, you know, whoever Kenny isn't going up against, they wouldn't fucking put Wardlow out here if he has a match with Kevin Knight, duh. But no, the point still stands that Kevin Knight, again, I feel like he can go any other direction that he wants. It's reasonable why they're setting up this match with him and Kenny at Redemption. I don't want to sound like a broken record, but it just feels like a bit much. It feels like a bit much. The closest analogy I can give to this is if the cake box instructions asked for 2 cakes, I feel like Tony put in 4, my apologies, 2 cakes, Lord have mercy. If the cake box instructions asked for you to put in 2 eggs, I feel like Tony put in 4 eggs. And I don't know if that's tracking with anybody. That's kind of how I feel about this Dynamite, all right? As of now, that was everything that I had for my weekly wrestling report. Again, no NXT, kind of doo-doo. SmackDown's gonna be a separate video because, oh fucking boy, is it bad. But that was everything that your boy had for Dynamite, July 22nd, 2026, and quick shotgun for July 20th, 2026. All right, hope all of you stay hydrated, stay healthy, however you catch this, whenever you catch this. Almost at 70 subs. I appreciate, all right, and I value all of you for all of your support. Thank you very, very, very much, all right, from the bottom of my YouTube generated heart. All right, as I always say, all right, hope all of you stay tuned, stay safe, stay beautiful. Peace.